But I haven't even smoked. Hey there, everybody. This is your host, Brandy J, Voices of Courage. I am back here on a different platform with the same amazing guest, Chancellor Jackson. Yes, and we're going at this again. Say hello.
Peace and prosperity, everybody.
Yes. So what we so Chancellor, you spoke in the beginning. If you don't mind, kind of giving the listeners a little gist of your how traveling and all that stuff became a part of your in your blood.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, so just me being a Sagittarius, naturally, um, I'm a natural traveler, just, you know what I'm saying, authentically. And in addition to that, my mother, she's a Sagittarius as well. And we the both same size. She's just as much of a traveler as I am. And just with her being older, you know what I'm saying, she was able to do a lot more traveling. So just growing up, I got to see her. Well, you know what I'm saying? Oh, your mama out in Africa, or mama in Germany, and mama, you know what I'm saying, Morocco, mama everywhere. I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? She's seen the world. So it's just like just seeing her work her one and just experience, you know what I'm saying, Earth, you know what I'm saying, in her matrix further beyond just, you know what I'm saying, Atlanta, America. You know what I'm saying? She's traveling internationally, globally. So it's like just seeing her do that, and then the traveler being in me naturally, it was just, you know what I'm saying, the apple ain't fall too far from the tree. Long story short. And I've done a bit of traveling myself. I've been to London twice. I've been to China and the Bahamas a few times as well. But that's it internationally. I'm trying to touch every continent before I leave this planet. And
That's right.
but
That's what's
yeah,
up.
that's how
Yeah.
I've got into traveling and exploring and adventures and all of that.
Okay. So what had led you over to go abroad China? Was it you were in school studying? What was going on there for you to even
Yeah, I
you decide?
graduated college in 2018 with a degree in communication and media studies. Um, so after I graduated, still haven't landed a job. I've been applying, interviewing, getting flown out, all different types of shit for 8 months straight, but still have not landed anything. So I'm back home in Georgia and still applying, still interviewing, and still getting told no. And I'm at this point in time, I'm applying for corporate positions, sales, management, marketing. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So yeah, it just wasn't working for me. And you know what I'm saying? The jobs kept telling me, oh, it's the experience. You like the experience with it with Woo. But it's like, y'all knew that prior to all of this, even prior to us meeting face to face to have this interview, y'all already knew that. So why is that an issue all of a sudden? You know what I'm saying? But I just took it as signs from the universe, like, hey, bro, that isn't for you. That isn't the purpose. That's not the journey. So I was like, okay. I definitely need to take a different approach at this job searching thing. So I'm doing it's another regular day. I'm just doing my typical job search routine, and I'm going through the filters to filter out, you know what I'm saying, certain jobs and stuff. And then I seen a tab that said international. I looked at it, I'm like, hmm, why haven't I ever thought to search beyond America? Let me see what that's looking like. Let me see what that. So I'm going through the list of jobs, you know what I'm saying, on the international side. And that's why I say, hey, teach English in China. I said, that sound fine. Like, okay, what's the requirements? The requirements was only three of them. You got at least a bachelor's degree. It don't even matter what it's in. You just have a bachelor's degree. Um, a clean background. I said, okay, boom, check, check. And a native English speaker or fluent in English. I'm like, oh, that's it. That ain't, oh man, that's easy. How do I apply? All you got to do is submit a resume. Nah, that's literally 2 clicks. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna take me to this other side. I gotta fill out this hour-long questionnaire. Nah, just submit a resume. That's it. Oh, ain't nothing but a thing. Boom, boom. I just went on about the rest of my search. Ended up getting an interview with him and fucked around and got the job. So I'm like, damn. At 8 months of applying, searching, interviewing, and getting told no. The first job to tell me yes is on the other side of the world. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. 8 months straight, just getting told no, straight up, and for the same BS reason. And finally get told, and it ain't like I got my degree in education. My degree is in communication media studies. You ain't got no experience. Come on with it. And they, man, you ain't say nothing but a word. Let me go ahead and see what they're trying to talk about, since they want to, you know what I'm saying? They want to fuck with the kids. So that's how I ended up out there.
Okay. So how did your mom feel about that when you decided? Was she excited, or was she like a little bit of both? Like, oh.
I tapped in with all my tribal members. I tapped in with all my good close friends and my girlfriend at the time. I got a green light from everybody. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, do that, do it." My mind was already made up. I just wanted to see what everybody else's opinion was that I valued, and it was a green light from everybody. So I'm like, okay, there's more. Now it's even more than enough reasoning to go. So, and she was all for it. Now she, oh yeah, I got a reason to go to China now. Oh yeah, bet. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? Before it's just like, what? Go to China for what? But now it's okay. Well, so, oh yeah, we lit. We lit.
That's what's up. Okay. So the experience. So when you got there, was it like more that you could like? Because I know it's got to be a hell of a culture shock from this, like the U.S. in general. So like, was it overwhelming, or was it just like, oh,
US
who?
Well, it was a process getting adjusted for sure, just because, you know what I'm saying, we get there, we going through training. They got us up in this hotel for 2 weeks, but by the end of the 2 weeks, we need to have found us an apartment to live in. You know what I'm saying? We got to secure that. So with being in a whole new country, you know what I'm saying, it's easy. It was easier just to like just be. I'm an adventurous spirit, so I'm like I'm cool with just being out here and just exploring and just learning for sure. But you know what I'm saying, we training for this job that we actually got to do, and got to find an apartment. And man, I end up messing my money up because, you know what I'm saying, I'm on my phone trying to put down the deposit for the apartment. I done fucked around and paid my phone bill for fucking, because everything's in Mandarin, so I can't read it. You know what I'm saying? I done fucked around and paid my phone bill for up to a year. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I got to do all, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go to I'd have to travel to the phone company.
You said to it for a year.
An American that speaks English. So trying to work with, you know what I'm saying? I got to get translators, you know what I'm saying, work day one. They ended up reimbursing me, but I wasn't gonna get my money back till, you know what I'm saying, a week or two, maybe 3 weeks later. So it's like that money was just on hold. Had to call my mama to get her to send me some bread so I can pay for the apartment and stuff. And then, you know what I'm saying? So it was a bit stressful at first. And then, you know what I'm saying, once we got settled, like once we got in our apartment, we working, and then we got like 2 checks in. Because on that second check, that's when they reimbursed us for everything. Like all the money we had to pay to get our visas and all, you know what I'm saying? All that, they reimbursed us for that. And I got reimbursed for the money I put on my phone bill. Oh, so that next check was lovely. and it was like after we, you know what I'm saying, got our bread in, oh man, it was smooth selling since. It was smooth selling after that. So it was like, okay, now we just working, exploring, and you know what I'm saying, just living our best lives, really.
So when you went over, did you like have anybody that you knew, or were these people that you connected with when you got over there?
Yeah, I didn't know anybody. I met it was a recruiting class that I came in with. We all came in at the same time, so of course we gonna train together. We gonna be with each other for the next 2 weeks. Okay, yeah, we all like this here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And none of us got, except for the Chinese people. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of us, we ain't got no family out here. No, you know what I'm saying? No friends. We just, you know what I'm saying? Just taking this little sabbatical route, just trying to figure out what we trying to do with ourselves for real, and just trying something different. So it's like, in that aspect, everybody here is out here for themselves for the most part. Some people came with like partners, like it was couples and stuff that came together. But aside from that, you know what I'm saying? Like you still out here, it's just y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, but and with it just being us, we grew very, very tight, very, very fast. Very, very fast. So we became like our own little family until we had to, you know what I'm saying, part ways. And you know what I'm saying? Then by that time we done been in our center, like the schools we working in, we done got introduced to different people. Now we finding our own lanes essentially. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all in there. I was out there solo for the most part. Yeah, I was out there solo.
So
For real.
basically, after the ties with them, you didn't really connect with anybody else, but you still had your own flow of like knowing what you were doing and where to
Yeah,
go and all
yeah,
that.
yeah. Some of them I still kept in contact. Like I still talk to this day. You know what I'm saying? For sure, for sure. Cause it was like 28 of us. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna find your clique you know what I'm saying, the ones you powwow with the most like-minded, like spirited individuals gonna gravitate towards you the most. Everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we powwowing just cause of the conveniency. You know what I'm saying? We here. So it's like shit, I might as well talk to you because I ain't got nobody else to talk to. But as time progresses, you know what I'm saying? You just part your ways with people, and once you still tap in with, you still gonna keep, you know what I'm saying, keep tabs with for sure.
Yeah,
So
I'm a crier. I would have cried. I always cry. I do. Okay, so can you also before because I mean everyone there's a huge dip this takes, but I want the listeners to get an understanding of what it was like for you before this point. So it doesn't just seem
well,
like, some people get a perspective and they be like, oh, I should have known it. But that wasn't your experience. Like your experience amongst, the this whole different country and culture was a very good experience and you adapted, it seemed very quickly to their ways and respected it, but still had a great time.
without a doubt, yeah, I live my best life. It's just man, you just think about the regular, typical smallest things you can do here in America, just your everyday stuff. Just doing it on the other side of the world where it's drastically different is an adventure and a half, especially when you don't really speak the language full. You don't look like the people, you don't speak their language fully. So just like everything's going to be a little bit more challenging. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? The product's going to be different, everything. So even how they built, you know what I'm saying? They clothes is different. Like everything is going to be adventurous. Like it ain't just going, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be regular for sure. So going to the grocery store is lit out there. Going to the bank, it's an adventure and a half. You know what I'm saying? Just
Mhm.
regular going to the gym. Come on. So it's just like it's you the only colored person in this gym right now. You know what I'm saying? All eyes on you. And I play football. I play D1 football. So of course my stature is a little bit more defined than the average. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? It was interesting. It's always fun. And then it's still foreigners out there. It isn't the largest, you know what I'm saying, population, but it's still foreigners out there. So just meeting all the foreigners out there, you know what I'm saying, tapping in with them, that's just cool. It's like, okay, you from Africa? Okay, you from Canada? Oh, you from Europe? Oh, you from Australia? Damn, boy, we all colored, but we all come from different places, but we all in China right now. That's hard.
Amazing.
That's fine. That's fine. That's like, well, we out here for sure. Like this shit was lit. We
Yeah,
live our
that's living
best
right there.
life. It was
We're
fun.
everywhere.
Fun.
You better recognize. Like, no, just kidding. No, no. But seriously, though, on the serious note, your experience is that I'm just like kind of living vicariously through it because it just reminds me of how I met someone he became like my best friend. I don't know what's going on now, but he's from Jordan, and I didn't even get to meet him in person, but we still were very tight. And he just taught me so much from the outside looking in from America, and it made me realize how you can be led to think something and that it's not true. It happens to all of us, no matter what, and you realize it's not that way when you
Facts.
actually meet somebody from. So yeah, I appreciate that. So Chancellor, so you're at the pad, you know, you know what I'm saying? You hadn't been in any trouble or anything before, right? It's regular,
Not at
regular day, right?
not I've never been suspended from school.
Okay. So you
Yeah,
have
like
nobody ever had a reason to come, especially over here in China,
not at all.
Beijing, right? Because were you in Beijing already this time?
Yeah, I was in with Beijing. Yeah, but even in America, like I'm never nah.
Some
Face
people, that's
card.
not everybody's experience, even in the
Yeah, face
US.
card. A face card is everything, and then energy is everything too. So
Yeah.
how you carry yourself and your resume take you a
Yep.
long way. So yeah, it's easier said than done for.
Their upbringing too, but I'm not gonna say because I'm just gonna leave that one alone because some people come from a really struggle, and they still are able to.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm not even gonna say upbringing. Leave that alone. But yeah, okay. So then okay, so we're gonna go to the door, and when you got the knock and you saw who was on the other side, how'd that play out and what was going through your head?
World. So yeah, it's April 4th, 2019. It's a day off for me, so I'm finna get ready to go to this team builder event that my company always hosts team builder events every month, and it'd be like 7 different ones you can sign up for. Um, so I'm finna get ready to go to this fan painting event. So everybody know the Chinese fans. So I was finna go customize my own. And Nipsey Hussle had just died around that time, so I was gonna designate my whole fan to him. It's gonna be a whole Nipsey Hussle marathon fan.
Okay.
So what I'm saying? I'm pre-gaming before I go to the event. So I'm sipping a little wine coolers, cheap some herb, and after I get crossfaded, all right, shit, I'm ready to slide now. So I'm getting all my stuff together to leave, and then I hear a knock at the door. Look through the peephole. I see 3 officers from the Beijing police on the other side of the door. And I'm just like, ooh,
Hmm.
what the fuck these folks doing here? And so, what I'm saying? I open the door. Well, I put everything up, and what I'm saying? Open the door, and they walk straight in. And he's speaking to me. One of the officers speaking to me. Of course, I don't know. I have no clue what this man is saying to me, and it's obvious I have no clue what he's saying. So he goes to his translator app. He speaks into it and shows me the phone, and it reads, "Are you on drugs?" I'm like, no, no. Where you get this? That's quite weird for that's be the first thing to come out your mouth. Nah. Even though I am, I'm still gonna tell your ass no. So he speaking to the app again. Show me the phone. Said, "Are there any drugs in the house?" My guy, where are you getting this information from? No, absolutely not. You probably you want to see my passport as well, but it's probably what you need to see. You need to look at my documentation. So I'll go fetch my documentation, bring it back out, lay everything out on the table. He's sitting there looking over it. And then, what I'm saying, time progresses. And long story short, they ended up drug testing me right there on the spot. And I just got done smoking prior to these folks knocking on my door. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to fail the fuck at this month. I'm going to fail this bitch for sure. Uh, so do the drug test, failed it, of course. Then by this time, another officer has entered the apartment, and he speaks English. So me and him are talking, and of course he's like, "Okay, yeah, your drug test came back positive for marijuana." He just like, "We know you've been smoking." He just want to know if there are any drugs in the house, and um, just who was I with when I smoked, and so where I get the shit from. So I'm just lying. I'm high as hell, lying on the fly. I'm nervous and shit. So I'm just coming up with just different stories. My story changing every time. And I ended up finding the herb, the little bit of herb I had left. I only had like 1.4 grams. So they ended up finding a little bit of herb I had left. And once they realized I wasn't gonna give them any extra information, you know what I'm saying? Okay, he bullshitting. That's when they just arrested me. And went to 2 precincts, and I was at the first precinct. I wasn't even there for an hour. Second precinct, I was there for like 14 hours, and then in the course of me being at the second precinct, I was interrogated. They took my mug shot of my handprint. Had me signing a bunch of stuff I couldn't read, and then after, you know what I'm saying, they ended up calling me out to the holding cell. And then we hop back in the van. So I'm like, okay, shit, where are we going? They had me get back dressed and everything. I'm like, okay, these folks finna let me go. I'm not asking them folks no questions. One, I can't speak their language. And if they can speak English, I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking. I'll keep my mouth closed. So I'm not asking anything, and they not talking to me. So I'm just like, shit, I'm finna see what the hell finna happen. I guess I have no choice at this point. So we get back in the van, we riding. I'm looking at the signs. I'm like, bro, I don't think we heading anywhere near where I stay. And
Wow.
we on the interstate like now. Now we on the freeway and shit. So no, I don't know. I don't recognize any of these cities. I don't recognize any of these. And then after like, I don't even know how long the ride was, by like 30, 40 minutes, end up at this facility with tall walls and barbed wire. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, this is jail. Oh, for sure, for sure. And I was in a cell with 14 other Chinese men for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 9 wooden beds.
Wow.
And that's just a good gist of how I ended up in that situation. Yeah, and literally what I just described is the very first 3 chapters of the book, but really just that was really the first that was first chapter and a little bit of the second chapter that I just told y'all. So it's like we still early into the book, and the book is actually a lot more detailed. It's way more suspenseful as well.
Oh, I bet.
For sure, for sure.
Shoot. You
Yeah,
see me over here, I'm just like,
yeah, that's just the first chapter. That's just the first chapter and a half for real, for real. So that but yeah, that's how I ended up in that situation for sure.
could you call this one in Amazon? It's called the short edition or something like that, right? I
Yeah,
read in the
it's a short story, yeah, and
short
it's pretty
story.
much
Yeah.
3 chapters of the book.
Okay. Oh man. So what was it like writing the book? Like when did you decide to write it? Like what pivotal moment? And then
Well,
because you can't tell us too much because we got to read about it. But
really.
like, what made you decide to be like, oh, I got to write about this?
So once I got back to America, I'm like, okay, I know I need to do something with this story. Exactly what? I don't know what. I don't know how the hell. Because I definitely just don't want to just be sitting there telling this shit 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't want to do that. I'm like, I definitely need to share this story with the world for sure. I'm like, I went through this shit for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I need to take something away from it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just gonna take no L like that and just go on about my business. Nah, I need to do something with this experience.
Yeah.
So one of my good friends I grew up with, he was a published author before we graduated from high school. He was already published. He was, you know what I'm saying? So we stayed close and connected, you know what I'm saying? Me going to college, coming back, and then going to China and coming back. So I'm kicking it with him. He was like, yeah, bro, you should write about that shit, bro. Just random one day. We just outside chilling, smoking and shit. He's like, yeah, bro, you should write about that shit, bro. I'm like, shit, I could. I'm like, that's a good idea. I could. Do I know how to just go about it? No, not really, but I know I could write a book about it. So he took my phone, he went in my notes section, it gave me like a 5-layer outline, very, very brief, 5 layers. And I just started filling it in on my notes. And I'm like, oh, this shit getting kind of lengthy. So I'm like, let me move this for my notes, I moved it to a Google Doc, and now I'm really going ham. I'm going ham. And I'm like, okay, and at this point, I'm just filling in the outline. And then once I filled in the outline, I'm like, I wasn't even a quarter of the way done with the story, but I'm like, okay, it just helped me put this thing together. Okay, this is how I can go about writing this thing. So I took out what he outlined, and okay, now this is gonna be uh day one, this is gonna be day two, this is gonna be day three. And I'm just writing it, right? I'm not worried about structure, format, none of that shit. It's not school, so I'm just writing this shit how I would just naturally say it in my tongue, how I would text it. I'm just writing it just like that. And once I got to finish writing the whole story, that's when I started going back and just editing, revising, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it only took me 4 months to write the story. Only 4 months. And that was with me bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? That's with me bullshitting. So I could have definitely wrote it a whole lot faster if I wasn't. But yeah, it only took me 4 months to write it, and then I published it. Like started writing it in July. So August, September, October, November. Finished it in November. No, yeah, I finished it in November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah. And then 4 more months later, so 8 months total, shit. On April 4th, 2020, the same day I got locked up in China the year prior, I released part one, which is the free book now, on Amazon. And I was still on pre-sale. I was ranked number 1 in 3 different genres.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the title's perfect. It's like, boom, 14 days.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just man, the title, 14 Days of Beijing, so catchy. You know what I'm saying? For those that are familiar, that listen to hip hop and know, you know what I'm saying, Future, so, you know what I'm saying, that you can compare it to 56 Nights. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And mixtape by Future, and it's about his producer, DJ Esco. They had a show in Dubai, but they flew from Amsterdam. So of course they had hella weed and stuff from Amsterdam on the flight, and it was all in their bags. And DJ Esco was the last person carrying everybody's bags. Why they got the producer carrying all the bags, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, the airport folks over there in Dubai stopped him, ran to check the bags, found all the drugs. So the DJ got locked up for 56 nights in Dubai. So it's just like 14 days Beijing, 56 nights. So you know what I'm saying? It's like it has that ring to it. Okay, damn, what is this? And then you look at the cover, you know what I'm saying? You see me at that point in time, this picture of me, I recreated my mugshot. So I got the jacket I have on now. I had to recreate the jacket. That was literally the uniform jacket I wore in Beijing Jail 6. I ain't got no shirt on up underneath the jacket. That's literally how I wore the jacket for 14 days straight in Beijing Jail 6. And you know what I'm saying? I got handcuffs on. My head is down, but I'm looking up at the camera like, what the fuck have I got myself into? So it's like you see the title, you look at the cover, you like, what the hell is this? And then you so drawn in just by that alone. You start reading it. Oh man, it's icing on the cake. Icing on the cake.
Yeah, for sure. The title, everything's catchy. Wow, that is crazy. Like I know, like I'm gonna definitely be into that tonight. I do a lot of.
Oh man.
I'm trying not to ruin it for anybody. I'll be like, yeah, you gotta get the book. Yeah. Sorry, I can't tell you.
And then it's free on top of that. So it's like you ain't losing that. You ain't losing out on it. Just read the first 3 chapters. By the time you get done, you be like, damn, I need to go ahead and get the rest of this motherfucker. So it's like shit. If you can pick your poison, I benefit from both of them either way. So
right? Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. I would never. I would have cried like a little baby, but that's just me. That's me. You're man. So that would be different for you, obviously. For a woman, I think there might be some hardcore women out there to be like, what it is. Not what it is. Every night. But yeah. So did you? Okay. Did I cut you off on anything right now?
No.
Okay, because I know that I don't want to. I know that this right here. I know this will draw my listeners in because I'm drawn in, and I know like in the future also we would love to have you back here to as things are unfolding to like tell us more because I got other platforms too where this can like live audio, like live platform audio and all that stuff. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I think that this is good stuff. And then not good stuff because this was your life, but I mean good stuff like make people think. You know what I mean? And
Definitely.
it's a real life story. It's not especially for us for Black people. It's not your average. You know,
Nah. Not in the least.
like, you
Not in
got
the
this
least.
one story that it's crazy. So yeah,
Oh man.
yeah,
So
okay,
yeah, for all that, we definitely gonna have to tap in further for sure, for sure.
yes, most definitely. So what I do want to do, because I like to have fun too on my show. I'm trying to do something different because I don't think I'm boring. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't guess that.
But since you have visited, you know, uh, the lovely China, you've been there. You could experience. You could say that because you've been there. So therefore, some people talk about stuff and they ain't never been there. They think they're experts, and I'm quite tired of talking to people like that. How Okay, I do have this one question, and I don't think it's something that should get me kicked off the internet or banned or anything. This was told to me from somebody that stayed over there. So if you like fall out in the street and need medical attention, that they nobody gonna help. I was told that they don't get in people's business like that, and this is a Black man. They say he stayed over there for quite some time. He said some similar things to like you did about very kind, very nice, but just you're the only Black person, so it's kind of like wow, like oh. But he
Yeah.
said that over there it's very strict. You're not going to see any crime. They really are on it, but they're not about to call nobody to help you if you need help.
I'm interested to know what part of China he was in because I
Yeah.
remember I actually like you. It's just crazy to say you fall out. I passed out on the train one time, and it was so funny. That's because I was hungover. It was early the next morning. I was out drinking in the club. I stayed at somebody's spot, so I'm on the train, still drunk. You know what I'm saying? Going back to the crib, and these folks, you know what I'm saying? These folks from train going to work. Like it's early in the morning. Like I was two turn, and I'm like 2, 3 stops away from my stops. I'm almost there, and I feel myself getting nauseous, like I'm gonna throw up, and then the rocky and the motion of the train. So I'm just trying to keep myself composed the best that I can. So I'm really just standing up there, standing up, holding on to the pole, just with my eyes closed, just trying to focus. And then next thing I know, I open my eyes and I just see all these people, Chinese people, huddled over me, like looking crazy, like got their hands stuck out trying to help me up. I'm looking at them like, what the hell wrong with y'all? And I look to my left and right. I'm laying on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I on the ground? I look up, like, what stop we at? We at my stop. The door is open. We at my stop. I just popped right up and walked clean off the train like ain't nothing happened. But like, I was like really concerned, like they trying to help me up, like, but it's like I can see why they probably wouldn't even attempt to try to, you know what I'm saying, help you out just because if there's a language barrier, people are Chinese people are very insecure when it comes to that. Like, I'm with an English speaker. I remember because they study English as a second language in school. Like we study Spanish and all that other shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, you take your ass to Mexico. You took Spanish 1 and 2 and 3 in high school, but you know what I'm saying, you really don't remember that shit. You like, but you still wouldn't give a fuck because you're like, hell, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I know somebody here speak English, but when it comes to them, they like, I don't really. I took this in high school. I'm not really that fluent, so I'm just going. I don't want to embarrass myself and bring shame to myself, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth closed. And you know what I'm saying? Just you know what I'm saying. That's how I can see probably where he
Yeah.
get his definition from that aspect. But like them folks is like they can't speak to me, but they definitely like, hey, I can tell by their look in their
Mm-hmm.
face. Are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Communication is broad. That's why I got my degree in like communication is broad. You ain't got to say nothing verbally to communicate something. And
Yeah.
they showing concern, they showing care. And even when you read the story, I'm first 3 days I'm locked up in a cell with 14 other Chinese men. I can't talk to these folks. But they folks, they definitely walking up to me. They trying to communicate. They showing concern. And you know what I'm saying, they showing interest for sure, but it's like, hey man, that language barrier is,
Yeah.
man, the only thing standing between us, bro. We probably be in here having a great time if we could
Right.
communicate. But hey,
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense though too, because we perceive things and we take it the wrong way. We might see like someone that has that language barrier and they might come off a little like they don't want to deal with you, or maybe even
mhm,
like, you know, not even like maybe better than, I don't want to talk to you but the whole time it really is that insecurity of the language. They don't know how you're going to receive them. They don't want to make themselves, because I just had a guest on earlier. She's a psychologist and she's from I can't remember, it's Sweden, Russia. I feel so bad. I hope she doesn't see this episode or hear it. But yeah, but she was talking to me and she was telling me she had this demeanor to her, but it broke right away, like kind of like I was like, uh-oh, what am I in for? But it was just that she's insecure with her because she's still learning English, perfecting her English, because she's now I guess going like coming to the United States to because she's like very highly recommended. And so
well,
she told me to stop her at any time. She's very, cautious and insecure about her English. She doesn't feel good about it, but I told her it was perfect. I didn't want to cut her off. I just was listening harder. And I don't want to correct her because that's just me, polite like that. And so,
well,
but I saw her break, become vulnerable. Like she broke that down and told me what that was. So when she shared that, then we became more relaxed with one another.
exactly.
So when you said that,
Communication.
it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, just understanding is everything. When you
Yeah.
understand something, you can only accept it for what it is. Then, and a lot of
Yeah.
people lack understanding, or
Yep.
even have the will to understand, or just an open mind to try to understand. So, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
for
you
sure.
cut yourself off. For
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
That's like half of the world, just like we just stop for a minute and just try.
Exactly.
You might learn something.
Facts. Yeah, you're gonna learn a lot. You know what I'm saying? Life is just it's grander. It's much more grand than the matrix you come from.
Right.
Where you know what I'm saying, your upbringing, your demographics is bigger than that. But I can't fault you for thinking and moving the way that you do, so close minded, so small minded, because that's all you've been exposed to.
Yeah,
So it's just like,
definitely.
but what I can do, let me expose you, let me educate you, let me broaden your horizon, let me enlighten you. Now, okay, shit. Now we're progressing. You know what I'm saying? Now that's progression. You feel me? Versus he just, you know what I'm saying, just pointing the finger and all
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? Divisive shit.
Right.
Oh
Old. After a while, it's very old and tiresome. I'm just like, are y'all
man.
tired already?
Oh
But
man.
hey, hopefully through things, encounters like this, and listening to your story, and just sharing those, stories of differences, and learning about other places, maybe that will, it can't, it can only help. It can't make it worse. So yeah.
Facts. I mean, shit, like I said, it's exposure. So it's like it's plenty of people that's not even on this level of thinking, or not even, you know what I'm saying, this is not crossing their minds at all. So it's just
At all.
planting seeds, planting
Yeah.
seeds, planting seeds, planting seeds. Eventually, the motherfuckers gonna sprout through time. So
Yeah.
shit, that's all we on, man. Just gotta continue to. That's just all I do naturally. You know what I'm saying? Just expose, educate, inform, coach. You feel me? Like
Yeah, that's what's up. So
make people. You know what I'm saying? Just make people think.
yeah, I like that. You're all right with me, Chancellor. I like you. You're on the team.
On me.
Like learning new people. Just don't find them everywhere. So just know that you're always. Thank you for being a trooper and hanging through those, hiccups we had there. You know, the story of my life is going on 3 years, and you know, but hey,
Yeah. Well,
what
I
I
was
do.
like, we're gonna have this interview today. All right, we're gonna have it today. Whatever we got to do, we're gonna make sure it get
Right?
done today for sure, for sure.
I was like, the devil's a liar.
On me. On me.
For sure, for sure. Well, I'm excited to so happy we finally got to do this and to just talk to you more about stuff. 'Cause I know you do a variety, you work with kids and all that stuff too.
Mhm.
I used to teach prior to COVID and bullying advocate and all that. So Thank you for coming on and letting me hear some of that, and for the listeners. So yeah,
Uh,
I appreciate you.
it was supposed to happen. That's how I see it. Nothing happens for no reason. So there's definitely a reason behind it. What's that reason? That's the fun part.
Yeah, the journey.
That's the
Yeah.
fun part.
Do you think that you can share with the listeners your well, definitely tell them where your book is, where they can find it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
any social media links they can probably follow you
for
by?
sure, for sure, for sure. All y'all gotta do, and literally stop what you're doing. Pull up your phone. Go to
I'm
your
ready.
internet browser.
I'm gonna lead by
Mhm.
example.
Yeah, yeah, you follow the steps. Yeah, go to your internet browser. Go to Google.
Wait. Had a code on here. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Then once you get to Google, type in 14 days in Beijing. Or you could type my first and last name for Chancellor K. Jackson. You can search that either or. Everything you need will pop up. That's simple. I'm like that.
Okay. Okay. It's that simple, people. 14 days in
Pop right
Beijing.
up. And
Yeah, I
on
like
every
that.
social media platform, Chancellor K. Jackson, or yeah, Chancellor K. Jackson. You go to chancellorkjackson.com. I got a website. Of course, all my books are on Amazon. And Apple Books. I have the free version available on Apple Books. Apple Books and Kobo. It's quite a few different platforms I have the Apple Books available on, but just for immediate, it's Amazon or Apple Books for sure.
Okay. For sure. And I definitely, we have the Real Wise Radio production. So we have different websites. So I'll put the link on mine and also on our website and radio website. So
Okay,
yeah,
for sure, for sure,
yeah, for
for
sure, for
sure.
sure, for sure. Support all day. Well,
Man.
once again, everybody, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming on here, and everybody. This is the great Chancellor Jackson. And don't forget to go to Amazon or just go everywhere. Go to Google. Look for 14 days in Beijing, right? I said it right, right?
14 days in Beijing. Me. Embark on this truly shocking and unforgettable tale. A
Yes, for
14-day
sure.
journey through American penitentiary. I mean, a Chinese penitentiary.
Oof.
It's like no, it's like no other. And get your popcorn ready because it's entertaining. And just as much as it can be suspenseful and mysterious and a little bit scary, you will find humorous because that's just my personality. You know what I'm saying? It's real, like everything that happens. So you'll find humor within it as well. Like it's a great read. It's a great read. You won't be disappointed.
Okay. Well, I want to say before I shut this down, do you mind staying for like 10 seconds after I count this down? And then, because sometimes people be like, okay, bye. And I'll be like, what?
For sure.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in. And let's be looking forward to the future for Chancellor Jackson. And this is Brandy J, Voices of Courage. Peace.